As the story of creation approaches its next great chapter, humanity stands at the center of a world filled with unimaginable beauty and possibility. Mountains, rivers, forests, oceans, and skies now form the backdrop for a relationship unlike any other, a relationship between human beings and the place prepared for them from the beginning. This setting is not merely another landscape but a symbol of harmony, peace, purpose, and abundance. In the next chapter, the narrative turns toward a remarkable garden, celebrated throughout history as a place where beauty, responsibility, and fellowship existed together in perfect balance. There, amid flourishing trees and life-giving rivers, the human story would enter a new and unforgettable stage, one that would shape the imagination, faith, literature, and culture of countless generations to come. The Garden of Delight. Throughout human history, few places have captured the imagination as profoundly as the Garden of Eden. Artists have painted it, poets have celebrated it, musicians have composed melodies inspired by its beauty, and scholars have debated its meaning for centuries. Whether viewed as a historical location, a sacred symbol, or a timeless portrait of humanity's relationship with the Creator and the natural world, Eden has become one of the most recognizable landscapes in all of literature. More than simply a garden filled with trees and flowers, it represents the ideal harmony that humanity has long desired, a place where beauty, peace, purpose, and abundance existed together without conflict or fear. Imagine a landscape untouched by pollution, war, or decay. Crystal-clear rivers wind gently through fertile valleys, nourishing every tree and flowering plant that grows along their banks. The air carries the fragrance of blossoms in full bloom, while birds fill the morning with melodies that echo through towering forests. Sunlight filters softly through leaves of emerald green, illuminating fields alive with vibrant colors beyond anything found in modern cities. Every detail contributes to an atmosphere of perfect balance, where the natural world flourishes exactly as it was intended. Such imagery continues to inspire landscape designers, conservationists, and artists because it reflects humanity's deepest longing for a world where creation exists in complete harmony. Gardens have always occupied a special place within civilization. Long before modern parks and botanical gardens, ancient cultures understood that carefully cultivated landscapes offered more than food and shelter. They provided places for reflection, learning, celebration, and renewal. From the royal gardens of ancient Persia to the peaceful courtyards of monasteries and the elaborate botanical collections of later civilizations, gardens became symbols of life, wisdom, and hope. They demonstrated humanity's ability to work alongside nature rather than against it, transforming ordinary land into places of extraordinary beauty. The enduring fascination with gardens suggests that people instinctively recognize something sacred in spaces where order, life, and beauty exist together. Water lies at the heart of every flourishing garden, and throughout history rivers have served as the lifeblood of civilizations. The earliest great societies emerged beside rivers that nourished crops, provided transportation, and sustained growing communities. Water refreshes the earth after seasons of drought, carries nutrients through fertile soil, and supports countless forms of life. It is no coincidence that nearly every ancient culture associated flowing water with blessing, renewal, and life itself. Even today, the sound of a flowing stream has the power to calm the human mind, reminding us of our enduring connection to the natural world. Wherever water flows, life follows, transforming barren landscapes into thriving ecosystems filled with remarkable diversity. The trees of an ideal garden are more than sources of shade or fruit. They stand as living monuments to patience, resilience, and continuity. A single tree may live for centuries, witnessing generations of people come and go while continuing to grow quietly toward the heavens. Each ring hidden within its trunk records the passing of seasons, preserving a silent history of storms endured and years of abundance. Their roots reach deep into the earth, drawing nourishment from unseen depths, while their branches stretch outward, offering shelter to birds and countless other creatures. Across cultures, trees have symbolized wisdom, endurance, and the continuity of life, reminding humanity that true strength is often found in steady growth rather than sudden achievement. Perhaps the most remarkable quality of such a garden is not simply its physical beauty but the sense of peace it inspires. Modern research consistently demonstrates that time spent in natural environments reduces stress, restores attention, and improves emotional well-being. A walk beneath ancient trees, the sound of gentle water, or the sight of open landscapes can bring clarity to minds overwhelmed by the demands of daily life. Long before psychology explored these benefits, people instinctively sought quiet places in nature for prayer, meditation, reflection, and renewal. The longing for peace appears deeply rooted within the human spirit, and beautiful landscapes continue to provide a glimpse of that desire fulfilled. Yet beauty alone is never the complete story. Every flourishing garden requires care, attention, and responsibility. Seeds must be planted, soil cultivated, and living things protected. Left entirely unattended, even the most beautiful landscape eventually changes. This principle extends far beyond agriculture. Families, communities, nations, and civilizations all flourish through faithful stewardship. The health of any environment reflects the care invested in it by those entrusted with its future. Humanity's relationship with the natural world has therefore always involved both privilege and responsibility, reminding us that true dominion is expressed through wise care rather than careless exploitation. The symbolism of the garden reaches beyond geography into the human heart. Every generation dreams of building a better world, a place where justice replaces oppression, generosity overcomes greed, and peace triumphs over conflict. These aspirations have inspired remarkable achievements throughout history, from the preservation of endangered forests to humanitarian efforts that restore hope to communities affected by disaster. The image of a flourishing garden continues to challenge humanity to cultivate not only the earth but also compassion, wisdom, and integrity within society itself. In this sense, Eden becomes more than a destination from the distant past. It becomes a vision of the kind of world people continue striving to create. As the narrative moves forward, another profound theme begins to emerge. A magnificent world, no matter how beautiful, is incomplete without meaningful relationships. Human beings are not designed merely to admire creation from a distance but to share life with one another through trust, companionship, and mutual purpose. The next chapter explores one of the most enduring themes in human history. The origin of partnership, the significance of family, and the remarkable truth that humanity's greatest achievements are often accomplished not in isolation but together. It is a story that has shaped cultures across continents and continues to influence the way billions of people understand love, community, and the shared journey of life. The first partnership. Among all the wonders that define the human experience, few have shaped history more profoundly than the ability to form meaningful relationships. Civilizations have risen through cooperation, families have preserved traditions across countless generations, and communities have flourished because individuals chose to build their lives together rather than in isolation. From the earliest villages to the largest modern cities, human progress has always depended upon partnership. Great discoveries are seldom the work of one mind alone. Magnificent architecture requires countless skilled hands. Music becomes richer when instruments perform together, and every successful society reflects the contributions of people working toward a common purpose. This enduring truth reminds us that humanity was never designed to exist in complete solitude. Although every individual possesses unique talents and abilities, no single person embodies every strength necessary for life. Some excel at creating, while others inspire through wisdom. Some possess remarkable courage during times of uncertainty, while others offer compassion that heals wounded hearts. Throughout history, the greatest achievements have emerged when diverse gifts were united by shared purpose. Explorers crossed unknown oceans with trusted companions. Scientists collaborated across generations to expand human understanding. Artists, architects, musicians, and writers inspired one another, producing works that continue to influence civilization centuries later. The story of humanity is therefore not merely the story of individuals but of relationships that transformed ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. Companionship fulfills needs that extend far beyond physical survival. Modern psychology consistently demonstrates that healthy relationships contribute significantly to emotional well-being, resilience, and even physical health. People surrounded by loving families and supportive communities often navigate life's greatest challenges with greater strength and hope than those forced to struggle alone. Conversation, encouragement, shared laughter, and mutual understanding provide nourishment for the human spirit just as food and water sustain the body. Across every culture, celebrations become more meaningful when shared, while moments of grief become more bearable through the comfort of compassionate companions. Human beings instinctively seek connection because relationships form an essential part of what it means to be truly human. Throughout history, the family has remained the foundation upon which civilizations are built. Long before governments established institutions or schools preserved knowledge, parents taught children the values, skills, and traditions necessary for survival. Around evening fires, stories passed from one generation to the next, preserving the memory of ancestors, the wisdom of experience, and the hopes of future generations. Families cultivated the land together, celebrated victories together, and endured hardships together. Within these relationships, children learned kindness, responsibility, perseverance, and respect. Every thriving civilization can ultimately trace its strength to countless ordinary families whose daily acts of love and sacrifice quietly shape the character of future generations. Love itself remains one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Unlike material possessions that diminish when shared, genuine love often grows stronger the more it is expressed. It inspires parents to sacrifice for their children, strangers to help those in need, and individuals to dedicate their lives to causes greater than themselves. Throughout literature, music, and art, love has inspired masterpieces that continue to move audiences centuries after their creation. Entire libraries have been written attempting to explain its power, yet no single definition fully captures its depth. Love possesses the remarkable ability to unite people across differences of language, culture, and background, revealing a universal truth that transcends geography and history alike. Mutual respect forms the cornerstone of every enduring partnership. Healthy relationships flourish where trust is cultivated, honesty is valued, and both individuals recognize the dignity and worth of one another. Cooperation does not erase individuality, instead, it allows unique strengths to complement each other in remarkable ways. Throughout nature, countless examples illustrate this principle. Birds migrate in coordinated formations that conserve energy, wolves hunt through cooperation rather than competition, and bees work together to sustain entire colonies. Humanity reflects this same principle on an even greater scale. Communities thrive when people contribute their talents while appreciating the abilities of others, demonstrating that unity is strengthened not by uniformity but by shared purpose. History also reminds us that relationships require continual care. Trust must be nurtured through honesty, forgiveness through humility, and unity through patience. Misunderstandings, selfish ambition, and pride have divided families, communities, and nations throughout every age. Yet history equally demonstrates humanity's extraordinary capacity for reconciliation. Countless stories reveal broken relationships restored through compassion, courageous conversations, and genuine repentance. These moments testify that the strongest partnerships are not those that never experience difficulty but those willing to overcome adversity together. Every enduring friendship, marriage, and community reflects countless unseen choices to value understanding above resentment and hope above despair. The influence of healthy relationships extends far beyond individual lives. Strong families nurture confident children become responsible citizens, and responsible citizens build compassionate societies. Communities characterized by cooperation often experience greater stability, creativity, and resilience during times of uncertainty. Acts of kindness inspire further kindness, creating a ripple effect that extends across generations. In this way, the bonds formed between individuals ultimately shape the character of entire civilizations. History remembers great leaders and remarkable achievements, yet beneath every extraordinary accomplishment lies an unseen network of mentors, friends, families, and companions whose support made those achievements possible. As humanity's place within creation becomes increasingly clear, another profound truth begins to emerge. A beautiful world, meaningful work, and strong relationships all point towards something even greater, the enduring connection between humanity and its creator. Throughout history, people from every culture have searched for spiritual meaning, seeking answers to questions that lie beyond the reach of science alone. Why does the human heart long for eternity? Why do beauty, justice, truth, and love resonate so deeply within every civilization? These questions prepare the way for the final chapter of this documentary, where the story broadens beyond the beginning of the world to explore the lasting legacy of creation itself. The opening chapters of existence did not merely describe how the world began, they established ideas that have shaped art, literature, philosophy, science, law, and faith for thousands of years. Their influence continues to echo throughout human history, reminding every generation that the search for meaning is as timeless as creation itself. The legacy of the beginning. The story of creation does not end with the formation of the world or the arrival of humanity. In many ways, it is only the beginning of a much larger story that continues to unfold with every generation. The opening chapters of Genesis have influenced human civilization more profoundly than almost any other ancient narrative. Their themes have inspired artists to paint masterpieces, musicians to compose timeless symphonies, architects to design magnificent cathedrals, and writers to explore the deepest questions of human existence. Across continents and cultures, the story of creation has become far more than an ancient account of origins. It has served as a foundation upon which civilizations have built their understanding of purpose, morality, human dignity, and humanity's relationship with both the natural world and the Creator. Throughout history, countless works of art have sought to capture the majesty of the beginning. Renaissance painters filled vast ceilings with breathtaking scenes portraying the grandeur of creation, while sculptors carved images symbolizing humanity's unique place within the universe. Poets described the beauty of the heavens with language that continues to inspire readers centuries later, and composers transformed the wonder of creation into music capable of stirring the deepest emotions. Even today, filmmakers, photographers, and digital artists continue exploring these timeless themes, proving that the search for the beginning remains as compelling in the 21st century as it was thousands of years ago. Every generation discovers new ways to express the beauty, mystery, and significance of the world in which we live. The influence of the creation story extends far beyond the world of art. It has profoundly shaped philosophy by encouraging people to ask questions about existence, purpose, truth, and morality. Why does the universe exist? Why do human beings possess an awareness of right and wrong? Why do beauty and love carry such universal meaning? Philosophers from countless traditions have wrestled with these questions, recognizing that understanding humanity requires more than scientific observation alone. The story of creation invites people to see themselves not merely as biological organisms but as beings capable of reason, compassion, imagination, and moral responsibility. These ideas have helped shape educational systems, ethical traditions, and legal principles across much of the world. Science, too, has benefited from humanity's enduring curiosity about creation. The desire to understand the natural world has driven generations of explorers, mathematicians, astronomers, and biologists to investigate the remarkable order evident throughout the universe. Every new discovery reveals additional layers of complexity, from the immense scale of distant galaxies to the microscopic machinery operating within living cells. Modern telescopes peer billions of light-years into space, while advanced laboratories examine structures so small they cannot be seen with the naked eye. Yet despite these extraordinary advances, the deeper scientists investigate the universe, the more profound its mysteries become. Questions concerning the ultimate origin of existence, the remarkable precision of physical laws, and the emergence of consciousness continue to inspire thoughtful dialogue among scientists, philosophers, and theologians alike. The creation narrative has also transformed humanity's understanding of the natural world. Rather than viewing nature as something to exploit without restraint, countless people have embraced the responsibility of stewardship, recognizing that forests, rivers, oceans, and wildlife possess value that extends beyond economic benefit alone. Conservation efforts, national parks, wildlife reserves, and environmental restoration projects reflect a growing awareness that future generations deserve to inherit a healthy and flourishing planet. Although societies continue to face significant environmental challenges, the ideal of caring wisely for the earth remains a powerful motivation for millions of people around the globe. The beauty of creation calls humanity not only to admire it but also to protect it with wisdom and humility. Perhaps one of the most enduring contributions of the creation story is its affirmation of human dignity. Across history, societies have often struggled with injustice, inequality, and oppression. Yet the belief that every person possesses inherent worth has inspired movements dedicated to compassion, education, healthcare, humanitarian aid, and the defense of human rights. Hospitals, schools, charitable organizations, and relief agencies established throughout history have frequently drawn inspiration from the conviction that every human life deserves respect and care. While humanity has not always lived according to these ideals, they continue to challenge every generation to pursue justice, mercy, and peace more faithfully than the generations before. At the same time, the opening story of creation reminds humanity of its limitations. Despite astonishing technological progress, people remain unable to control every force of nature or answer every mystery of existence. Earthquakes, storms, droughts, and diseases remind us that creation retains immense power beyond human control. Likewise, the vastness of the universe places our own lives into remarkable perspective. Our planet is only one world orbiting one ordinary star within a galaxy containing hundreds of billions of stars, itself only one among countless galaxies scattered throughout the observable universe. This realization cultivates humility while simultaneously deepening appreciation for the extraordinary privilege of existing within such a magnificent cosmos. The human search for meaning continues because material success alone has never fully satisfied the deepest longings of the heart. Throughout every culture and every era, people have sought answers concerning identity, purpose, hope, and eternity. Wealth, knowledge, and achievement can improve many aspects of life, yet they rarely answer the fundamental questions that accompany every human journey. Why do we long for justice? Why does beauty move us so deeply? Why do acts of kindness inspire hope even during times of suffering? These questions suggest that humanity's greatest needs extend beyond physical existence, reaching into the spiritual dimensions of life that have occupied philosophers, theologians, and seekers for thousands of years. Today, as satellites circle the Earth and spacecraft explore distant planets, the story of creation continues to inspire both wonder and reflection. Every sunrise reminds us that light still fills the world with beauty. Every mountain stands as a monument to enduring strength. Every river carries life across the landscape, and every child born into the world represents the beginning of another unique human story. Scientific discovery and technological innovation have expanded humanity's understanding of the universe, yet they have not diminished the sense of awe inspired by the natural world. Instead, they have revealed an even greater universe than previous generations could have imagined, inviting fresh appreciation for the extraordinary complexity and beauty that surround us every day. Ultimately, the creation story is not merely about the distant past. It is an invitation to see the present with renewed eyes. It encourages humanity to value wisdom over pride, stewardship over exploitation, compassion over indifference, and hope over despair. It reminds us that every forest, every ocean, every sunrise, and every human life possesses significance within the larger story of existence. Whether one approaches these themes through faith, history, philosophy, or scientific curiosity, the opening vision of creation continues to inspire reflection on humanity's place in the universe and its responsibility toward one another. As our journey through the beginning of the world comes to its conclusion, one truth remains unmistakably clear. The story of creation is ultimately a story of wonder. It calls every generation to pause amid the noise of everyday life, lift its eyes toward the heavens, and rediscover the extraordinary beauty that has surrounded humanity since the dawn of history. Long before the first city was built, before the first empire rose, before the first page of recorded history was written, the universe already displayed a masterpiece of breathtaking order, beauty, and purpose. That masterpiece continues to unfold before our eyes every day, inviting us not only to observe it but to cherish it, protect it, and pass its wonder on to generations yet to come.